Hey, so is it possible that talent who go from college to NXT aren't on the same level as talent who come from the indies or the talent who came from the territory during those eras? We'll get into that. But first, I'm Todd. I'm the host of Turnbuckle Tuesdays, your soon to be favorite podcast, live one Tuesday a month, talking about pro wrestling history, pro wrestling modern events, random topics, and whatever else we can get into. It's going to be live on Twitch, first episode, June 16th, or you can watch the VOD over on YouTube. Just search Turnbuckle Tuesdays. Okay, so Shawn Michaels has gone on record stating that the talent in NXT need more reps. That's one of the reasons that they look so green on TV product is because they need the practice. Back in the day, they were working 250 to 300 days a year, if not more. If you listen to Bret Hart, they had dark shows, they had house shows, they had multiple TV recordings and events, right? That was an industry standard that goes all the way back to the territories. You would work 5 to 6 to 7 days a week, sometimes twice a day. You've got the practice in. Post COVID, we don't necessarily have that anymore. We're not seeing as much dark shows. We don't see a tour house circuit. NXT is kind of doing their own thing with the Florida Loop, which is really cool, but it's not enough. Now, if you look at a lot of the talent that has come from NXT, they've either been super talented and able to get over really, really quick, or they've come from other companies that are either indies or AEW or the like. Same thing with AEW, but AEW doesn't really have a developmental property, and I don't consider ROH one. For me, the way I look at it is during the territory eras, you would travel the territories and learn your craft. Piper's talked about it, Hogan's talked about it, Legion of Doom talked about it, Macho Man's talked about it, Bret Hart's talked about it. You would travel your territories, and that's how you would learn the craft from various different individuals, different wrestling styles, different territories. Post territory era, you had the indies to do that with. Now, the indies weren't nowhere near as dominating as the territories were when it came to being able to book shows and things like that, but you still had Evolve, ROH, MLW, CZW. Now, some of those are more specialized wrestling styles, but you still learned. Post COVID, we still have the indies. We also have AEW, and we've seen some wrestlers leave AEW and either go directly to main event, Royce Keys, Cody Rhodes, or go into NXT, Ethan Page, Lexis King, those guys, right? But some of the talent that's been called up have been more deeper entrenched in learning at the Performance Center. And a lot of that talent has to do with, in my opinion, the fact that they're collegiate athletes. Trick Williams was a football player. Obafemi threw shot put. Sol Ruka was a gymnast. And these are amazing athletes. I'm not saying they're not. And I'm not saying they're not great wrestlers. I'm saying they didn't come up in through a indie or territory system to learn the ropes, to learn everything before they got to the antithesis. They had to go through NXT and go through that program, become the best in that program to now be the young faces of WWE. I don't know. What are your thoughts?